Hello, I'm Shadow Raccoon. 2019 was an interesting year in furry cinema. For one thing, we had a remake of The Lion King. And while it's not quite out yet, Cats. Yeah, whether you regard them as being absolutely amazing or horrifically terrifying, they certainly had some impact on the furry fandom. Now, with 2020 fast approaching, I thought would be a good time to see what films are in store for us next year. Dolittle is an upcoming film based on the character Dr. Dolittle from the 1920 book series by Hugh Lofting. Chances are you're probably familiar with this character already, as it's been referenced many times in many places, and has already had 2 movies prior to this. The version probably that stands out to me the most is the questionably bad version with Eddie Murphy that's really not related to the book. But this version that's coming out next year does appear to at least be going for more of the adventure, fancy look, close to the book, than it is following making a comedy. It's set in Victorian England, so it's staying true to what it actually was written as. Why it'll be good? There's a lot of talking animals, and some of them look pretty damn good too. The trailer shows many of them off. There's tigers, there's parrots, and polar bears too. Yay bears! So, something for everyone. Also, the film stars some big names. There's Robert Downey Jr. as the lead, a man who, I must say, really knows how to bring it these days, and Emma Thompson is voicing a parrot. The polar bear, curiously, is played by...
His name is John Cena!
Visually, it looks good. It's got lots of bright colours, beautiful landscapes, so, there's a lot to look forward to. Why it might suck? I think my main concern here is the over-reliance on CGI. Obviously, I have to expect CGI from a film featuring talking animals, but there is a risk that there's just going to be inconsistencies with the quality. They're going to sacrifice real-world landscapes for totally fake rendered ones, and it's just going to kind of look a bit meh. Also, from the way the trailers have been made, the film does look slightly pretentious, and it could be one of those stories that just drags on longer than it needs to. I'm not sure on the film length, but hopefully it's not going to be a 3-hour epic.
Peter Rabbit 2. Following on from the not as bad as everybody expected Peter Rabbit film from 2018, Peter Rabbit returns with a story about him heading to the city this time and presumably getting up to all the lovely old troubles that he always does get up to. From the trailer, it looks at least like this is going to be another one of those stories where he meets his city doppelganger. Why it'll be good? The first one was surprisingly enjoyable. I personally really loved it. Peter Rabbit still looks good in this film, and there's going to be lots of rabbit puns and carrots and the usual kind of hijinks that you expect from a Peter Rabbit film. But why it might suck? Well, it still has James Corden as the voice of Peter Rabbit, unfortunately. And from the trailer, it looks as if the story is going to be one of those predictable kind of normal plots that we tend to always get with these kind of things, with lots of slapstick jokes, etc. I'm just hoping that it has some really good parts in it that are very memorable. Rabbits. I have to have something for Easter.
Now, here's a film I didn't think would ever happen. Chicken Run 2. Yes, this is a sequel to the film from 2000. Whilst no real information has been made on this film, there is an IMDb page. It's hard to imagine this being a direct follow-up sequel because a couple of reasons, really. I think, firstly, many people might not have seen it or remember much about the original, and 2, the original sort of wrapped everything up at the end, so, I don't know how they'd get a sequel out of it. Cast-wise, I'm going to be curious as well, because originally it starred Mel Gibson. I can't see that happening now, but, we'll see. But I did enjoy the first one, and as a fan of Aardman animation, I'm really keen to see what they come up with here. Why it'll be good? Well, Aardman Animation have produced some very good films recently, and even in the past. The previous Chicken Run, for example, was well received, and their films always seem to feature a really good mix of comedy and storytelling, and always quite heartwarming too. Why it might suck? The original film sort of completed the story. Any continuation, this will feel like a cash grab. I mean, that's not stopped anyone in the past, of course. And, you know, if they decide to just tell the same story or similar one again, it's probably going to look stale too. So, yeah, there's a lot of risks on this one.
Sonic movie. Okay, so this is one film I think everybody is waiting for with a mixture of fear and intense interest. The Sonic movie. Okay, well, we all know the story of the first trailer. It practically caused riots in the street when people saw what Sonic looked like, including all of our friends. It looked horrendous. Uncanny Valley. In fact, the response was so bad that Paramount delayed the movie completely and chose to completely re-render and redesign Sonic. When they eventually returned with the redesign, the response was a bit more muted. Some people really liked it, some people really hated it. Most of the vocal opponents would just accept it as it's not going to be as good as they wanted it to be in the first place. And I'm not sure myself. I have a feeling that we're going to watch this with a sense of morbid fascination, to be fair. Story-wise, the film revolves around Sonic, who is fast evading capture by the government, collecting his rings and out to defeat the insane scientist Dr. Robotnik. Well, we hope so anyway. Well, it will be good. Okay, joking aside, the redesign is a damn fine improvement over what the original looked like. And the film doesn't look terrible, and it doesn't look like it's taking itself too seriously either. Jim Carrey looks like he's back onto his original kind of form, and I'm hoping that'll hold. Why it might suck? This film can easily be regarded as a cash grab. The animation still isn't amazing, and the story looks done to death. Additionally, it's taking itself something from the fictional world and trying to shoehorn it into the real world again. It's also predominantly stomping all over the popular video game franchise that we all know and love. Like what happened with Super Mario, Doom, and countless others in the past.
Wish Dragon is an upcoming comedy animated movie from Sony Pictures Animation, no relation to Wish.com. It's said to be a genie in the bottle retelling set in contemporary China and has been described as a modern day fairy tale. It's set to focus on an encounter between a boy and a dragon who is able to make wishes come true. No footage of this film exists yet, and the only art I've seen is this teaser art video, which is a little pretentious, and the promotional picture of the dragon. I must say, from the picture though, it certainly gives off good furry vibes, especially if you're a dragon. I like it. Why it'll be good? The film's all guys going to have beautiful animation, bright colours, and a cute dragon. Hopefully the story will match that, but we've been there before. Why it might suck? Not much is known about the story side of things. It could easily fall into being generic, especially from that description. Could be very predictable. Also, we don't quite know what the final visuals will look like, so whilst we've got this beautiful art and they're telling us the animation is going to be great, we just don't know. Safe to say, though, I think this is one probably worth looking out for, because I'm sort of hopeful that something good will come out of it. Yeah, so there we go. Those were some films to look forward to in 2020. What furry movies are you looking forward to next year? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or consider supporting me on Patreon. There's a link in the description below. I'm Theadore Raccoon, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone!